There's my battery. Yellow top deep cycle. The reason it's out here and not in the box already is because I'm charging it. These are my new solar panel chargers for it. Seem to be doing a fair job, but I don't have a little blinky light there letting you know it's actually charging. But this is what they call a 3478. Of course, it's maintenance free, but 3478 deep cycle battery. Not sure what all this crap is. Oh, there's a hole down in there. How about that? See the little red piece under the paperwork there? Interesting. Might actually have to use that kind of because the only place I could mount the bolt is right there where the battery's going to have to sit. Now, I can cut that bolt off flat with the top of the nut. Same thing on the other side. Of course, I'm trying to put all my stuff in here already. And they make it easy for the silly people and color code where each one of those wires plug in so you don't mess up. But I'm going to mount this to the back wall. And then I got to figure out how I'm going to mount this to the battery. Probably going to have to get a 5/16 short bolt and mount it on the front. And do the same thing with the ground, because those top posts are regular posts. They're not the they're not the kind you just put the cable down on and twist it down. So I've got to get two 5/16 bolts and use those. It'll be okay, but I just have to use the other connector. But yeah, this is for all the people I had messaging me on Facebook and in on YouTube separate. They do make a yellow top deep cycle. Read right there. Just in case. 870 cranking amps, 750 cold cranking amps, 55 amp hours. Don't think it'll need all that. About to have to move my solar panel thing here. Don't think it's getting as much sunlight as it should. Move it over to this side. That's not sitting there too well. That's better. Now it's blinking faster. Let's see. Blinking faster now than it was. Which means it's soaking up more power. Of course, with these jewels right here, well, doggone it, zoomed in. Now, these deals right here, you have to charge them fully before you use them. Now, I just saw something on this one that just disappointed me all to pieces. Really? Come on, Optima, really? See that S right there? That's actually a Sunoco brand. I used to work for a Sunoco printing group. Not like the Sunoco gas stations, but they called it Sunoco, which semantics, I guess. But they use it all over the place. Even though they've changed the way it looks a little bit, it's still a Sunoco brand. But this I've already tried in there. It fits down in the battery box perfect. And since I'm not going to be using these top posts, I'll put the little Optima plastic top cover back on it again and just let it sit in there like that. Now, it's not going to flop around a lot either, so I'll have it I'll have to figure out something about mounting it down. I think I'm going to use those provided grips right there to raise it up. I think they clip on right there on the edges. And get it up off the floor of the box. That's not going to get it up so high that I'll have to worry about it touching. This thing's well below where it needs to be to touch the top of the box. You could put probably a couple 2x4s in there on top of it and it still wouldn't touch. Now this came with my solar panels. I guess this is what you use to test it to see if it's actually charging or not. Maybe that's not what that is. Okay. Well, this is where it comes in handy to read the wait a minute. This may be for some of the batteries for some of your power tools. Because it's got that little adapter there, which will plug in. I've got an adapter that plugs in right there. That comes apart. And you can hook those to something else. I don't know how this fastens into anything though. But I believe that's what this is for. So you can plug the adapter in there, slide that on top of your batteries. I may be wrong about that, I'm just guessing right now. And charge your cordless drill batteries up like that too. Anyway, I gotta get in here and get at it because the sun's getting away from me pretty quick. And I don't want to use any more of those big suckers' power than I have to. So, and besides that, I may not be able to finish it up tonight. I'll get it close, but I ain't going to get it finished. Got that to run, mount that block, and then put this in, my switches. Probably going to have to redo that too. That's not on there sturdy at all. And before long I'm going to have to go over and let my bear out. And this I'm just going to two-sided tape to the lid like so. And have the wires go down into the box. Fold up all this other extra excess. But then I'll loom everything up, button it up, and I'll be done in here. Fun. Then I'll be ready to take this over at the house and load up my that white Saturn to go to the foundry, take it down Monday or Tuesday. As soon as I log out, just get up and go. I need the funds more than I need the junk sitting in my yard. So I also need to call the import auto repair for them to give me a price for Susan's sob. Keep forgetting to do that. Well, doggone it. Now the sun's going down at a funky angle. Back over here, why don't you? There we go. I might as well set that on the ground. Down here, at least it'll get more air, more sunlight.
2 hours later.
Well, like I said, I'm not rolling up any cable tonight. But you see there? Got the battery fits in there. You can even turn it around over there. Only one problem. The bolt that holds the box in place is right underneath this first cell. And before I let it ruin it, I'm going to go to Advanced tomorrow and get one of those little plastic trays, because those little adapters that were in that lid don't really do anything except help it fit in already existing battery trays. So what I'm going to do is get one of them little plastic battery trays to raise this sucker up to where that bolt won't be rubbing in the bottom of it. Then we'll figure out how we're going to bolt it down. Probably just going to wind up putting a yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'll probably just put a strap in it to hold it. Or maybe we can get creative with some flat metal or something and build a bracket to hold it. That's not anything I'm super interested in though. Getting it up off that bolt's the main thing. And then whatever I put on to plug the power and positive and negative cables into on here, I'm going to have a plastic coating over it too. I've actually got some stuff I can spray on it that'll seal it up. And this thing, I just decided to, I mean, it's kind of lame the way it is, but unless I wanted 2 boxes in here, there's not really another way to do this. So, I mean, it works okay like that, but it's going to be mounted probably up on the back wall like so, to where you can stand right here and operate it. Or maybe at the front here, where you can flip it on, flip it off, in, out. Of course, I think I'd rather have it like this because you don't go out much with it. You just go in. You could stand here and comfortably hold that without any problem. But I'm not sure how I want to mount this up here. Mounting it here, and then hooking up all those wires, looming them up, hooking to that, and putting the plastic piece underneath it so the bolt don't rub through it, and I'm done. I'll roll this cable up, and I'm probably gonna soak it in WD-40 to keep it from getting messed up or rusty or whatever, or stretched or cracked or broken. This is for an ATV. It's not a 10,000 pound winch that you put in to pull cars out of the ditch or up cliffs with or anything. So I've already two-sided taped used that 3M two-sided tape and taped it to the lid to where when the lid's up, that remote control will work just fine and it'll pick up the signal. Of course, I can always run that through the lid a little bit too, or along this hinge in the back here, to where it'll pick up when the lid's closed too. But if you're running the winch, you're going to have the lid open. That's what it should look like going down the road. Oh, and I still got to get silicone to go around the fair lead rollers and to seal up all the spots that have still got the metal edge on them so it don't rust. Don't know what I'm gonna do about that little mounting plate, but get that all done and it'll be good to go. On 20 volt, I'm not real wild about that. My 18 volt would twist your wrist off. That one will just strip out. Anyway, I'm getting there. I'm almost done. There's my wire loom. Let's see if I can find some that's, see, this is 1/2 inch. I want to find some that's 3/4 or 1 inch where I can run more than one cable in it at a time. These cables aren't really all that thick, but that's more than a 1/4 inch cable. So you're only going to get maybe 2 in there, and you're probably going to wind up having to wrap the whole loom the whole way down too. But it's going to vibrate and jostle around in there, so I don't want just bare cables hanging out in there. If it's going to be like that and I'm not going to shorten them up any, which I have no plans to, then I really need to have the whole thing loomed up to where they won't rub raw, or if they do, I'll see it in time before the loom wears through and the insulation on the wire. That way it won't start sparking and burn up my new battery. Anyway, that's it. I'm done for now. I gotta get those last few things for it that I didn't think to grab today. Alright, mental note. I got the mental part right. Silicone, bigger wire loom, and the battery tray. Yeah, that'll do it. Now, I'm not real fond of this lock, but we're gonna have to get to where we are fond of it, because this lid comes up really easy. Now we gotta figure something better out for that. It goes in that little bitty hole. It's just a hook. That's ridiculous. Figures I lay the camera down. No, I didn't do it. Okay, you gotta kind of lift up on it. It's not the most sturdy thing in the world, but it's good enough. It'll keep all my winch and battery and accessories out of the weather. And that's what's important. Battery's fully charged now. I think it may have been, if not fully, at least mostly charged anyway. But I put it on that solar panel for a couple hours, and it soaked up quite a bit too, so if it wasn't completely charged, it should be now. Anyway, there we have it. I probably got one more short little video once I get everything hooked up, showing it reeling that cable in. Not the black stuff, this metal. It's all coiled up on the back of the trailer back there. Had to pull it all the way out in order to get the mounting bolts in there for it. But that'll do her. And I'll put this on it once I get it up here. That strap will last about 2 minutes. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great day.